struggled a little bit to punch in the end zone once you got down in the scoring area. I guess what did you see from Michigan State defense that kind of made it tough to punch in tonight?
I mean, they're the number 17 team in the nation for a reason. I mean, they got a heck of a defense. And I mean, just like you said, when we're able to move the football down the field every single drive, we just got to score when we get in the red zone. And I think that goes into, shooting ourselves in the foot with penalties, stuff like that. And I think once we're able to cut those penalties out, I think we'll be able to score a lot of points in the red zone.
I guess for you, still almost 500 yards for you. Your team put up 560, so the offense was there. What's your take on the defense, tonight? I mean, obviously they're a tough team to handle. Kenneth Walker's a great running back and leads the nation in rushing. I guess just what's your take defensively? You think the guys did enough to help you guys out, and vice versa?
100%. Defense did what they could. I mean, you look back in the first two series, we go 3 and out. I mean, that's not helping our defense at all. I mean, we got to start fast. We haven't started fast at all these 4 games. And I think if we're able to start doing that, I think it's going to help them out a lot as well. I mean, like I said, they're the 17 team in the nation for a reason. I mean, they got a heck of a running back. Receivers are studs. They did all they could. I mean, they played their butts off today. And I think a lot of this game goes on us and me. I mean, we got to be better. I got to be better. And, this week is going to be big for us to go into UTSA.
Beanie, obviously second half was a lot better for the defensive unit. First half of games has been a little bit of a struggle the last 2 games. I guess what's it going to take to, try to start off a little bit faster, and what do you see as maybe the difference between the first and second half tonight?
We just got to get back to practice. I feel like we prepare well and we practice hard. We just have to start the game faster. We need to go out. We have the same mentality, get to the last 5 minutes, and that's all we have to do. Just practice hard and work on that stuff.
For either of you guys, I asked Coach Eldon, I said you guys are 1-3, obviously non-conference wise, but 3 tough teams you guys are playing in Army, Michigan State, Indiana. I guess what's your all's take on the way non-conference play? We know you want to be 3-0 obviously, but to play tough teams like this, get ready for conference play, what's that mean for you guys?
I think it's big. I mean, especially, going into conference, you play big teams with good teams like that. It kind of helps you out going into conference. You're able to, dial in, especially on offense, we're able to, start dialing in some stuff, find out what maybe our mistakes are, and kind of start fixing those before we get into where, the season really matters and the conference and everything. And, like you said, we played Army, Indiana. Both of those games are games that honestly we should have won. We lost by 2 to Army, lost by 3 to Indiana. And like I said before, those games goes on us. We got to start fast as an offense, and that's going to be an emphasis for us this week, is starting fast against UTSA.
You faced some really good rushing teams this year. Obviously, Army does what they do, and you had the #1 rusher in the nation tonight. I guess, how do you feel like you guys did with him, and how do you kind of continue to improve with the rushing defense heading into next week, where you're going to face a back like Sincere McCormick?
We just have to focus on, getting the guys on the ground, not trying to overdo it, trying to make kill shots. We just have to focus on wrapping and squeezing and getting the guy to the ground.
Bailey Jarrett, I believe, ties a single game program record for number of receptions with 17. I guess he's a guy you played with for a while. Obviously, the results not what you guys want, but what did you think of his game tonight?
My honest opinion, he's the best receiver in the nation. He showed that today. He showed that the last 3 games. He's a heck of a player. He deserves it. He worked hard for it. I'm sure if you ask him, he would take all 17 away if we got the W. He don't care about that. And UTSA, if he gets 1 reception and we get a W, he's gonna be the happiest person in the world. So we're just looking forward to moving on to next week.